Hey guys, this is the Fort Worth Glock guy, and I wanted to do a little video on the Benchmade, and this is a mini grip, and I picked this up in a trade recently, and just wanted to give my thoughts on it. It is a nice knife. What you notice about it is probably this nice acid stone wash that the previous owner had put on it, which I actually think looks really nice. And he also did the other hardware on it as well, like pocket clip, which is a nice complement to the blade. And when I got it, I put it on the land ski and gave it a nice little mirror polish here. So it is quite sharp, not my sharpest blade, but it is quite sharp. Very functional for sure as far as your EDC goes. As far as give you a little bit of a size reference, I've got my little small measuring tape here. The blade is right around 3 inches and the blade is just under 4. I want to say it's 3 3/4 of an inch. And then overall length is 6 3/4 of an inch. As far as the blade goes, this is right in my wheelhouse as far as like what size blade I like. I like right around the 3-inch size blade for EDC. Anything bigger than that I just don't need. And anything smaller than that is just not as functional. So right around the 3-inch mark is just about perfect for me as far as blade goes. As far as the handle goes, it's the right size as well. It's, right around 4 inches, which typically is, perfect size for my hand. The problem with this particular blade and why I'm not the huge, biggest fan of it is the way that the handle is shaped. This kind of forces your fingers back, which actually causes your pinky to kind of hang off the edge here. Now I can, if I squeeze tight, I can get my pinky on there, but it's just not as comfortable like my natural grip as far as just being kind of a relaxed grip. My finger does kind of hang off, so it's more of a 3-finger grip kind of knife. So that is not, I'm not the hugest fan with, and this is probably just the design of this particular model, and I know they do have a full size, which actually for me, it might make the handle perfect size, but then the blade is going to be a little bit bigger than what I prefer. But anyways, it's just kind of one of those odd ducks as far as what I prefer. But as far as the knife itself, I think it's a great knife. There's some jimping on the bottom, and it's very functional. It's not aggressive at all. It's just about perfect. Same thing on the top. There's a lot of jimping all along the spine here. A little bit on the back of the blade so you can choke up some. And again, it's not aggressive. There's plenty to grip onto, so you're not going to be slipping around on this knife. So no problems whatsoever. There's even a little bit of jimping on the back, which I don't even notice, to be honest with you, when you're gripping. I know that probably is supposed to give you traction, on the heel, but yeah, I don't even notice it, to be honest with you. So that is not, it's kind of a non-issue as far as I'm concerned. The texture on the handle, it's smooth up near the pivot, and then this back here is kind of aggressive. I mean, it doesn't hurt or anything, but I have seen people that are Benchmade kind of people, they always tend to have torn up pockets because of the texture underneath where the pocket clip is. You can see right there, it kind of presses up against all that texture. And, I have seen people take off the pocket clip, kind of smooth that area underneath, maybe just with a little bit of sandpaper, so where the pocket clip actually touches against that is not quite as aggressive. So I think that's probably a good idea if you don't want torn up pockets. As far as deployment goes, this is a great knife as far as deployment. It's way easier than a lot of other knives. I do have to admit that. As far as, this one does happen to have thumb studs. I know other versions have the hole, and this one is just the model that has the thumb studs, which I'm okay with. You know, I'm not. I don't have a huge preference as far as like one or the other. I do like Spyderco's and I do like their opening hole, but I also like this. So you know, I'm not a one size fits all kind of thing. You know, I do like variety, and you know, it is very easy to open with your thumb, with your first finger. If you want to just pull back on the axis lock and just flick it open, it deploys very easily that way, and it closes equally as easy. It really is a nice knife. What is just odd for me is just the handle and the way that it pushes my fingers kind of back a little bit. It's not the most comfortable knife for me as far as that is concerned. Again, there's no hot spots or anything. I mean, I can grip it and cut, and there's no issue with that. It's just there are other knives that I have that I prefer more, and you know, that's why I got this knife. It's one that I was interested in. I've never had a Benchmade before, and I wanted to just give it a shot. So I gave it a shot, and I do like it. It's just not one of my favorites. So it is definitely fun to play with. Like when I got this, I do have to admit I played with this axis lock quite a bit and figured out, you know, all the different ways of methods of deployment, you know, thumb and finger and just flicking it open like this. I mean, it really is a great knife. Benchmade, you know, does have a nice product. And you know, I am interested in Benchmades. I do know that they have a huge following and people love their Benchmades, and I do like this. Might maybe prefer one of the other Benchmades as far as designs a little bit more, but you know, I definitely would want to handle it before I just went out and bought one on my own. You know, just for ergonomic purposes, I'd want to make sure that if I'm going to be spending, you know, a chunk of change, that it fits my hand. And then this one is just kind of one of those oddities, I guess. So, but anyways, it is a great knife. I can definitely see where people love this knife. The collectability, because you can get the handles in all different kind of colors. I've seen the whole rainbow of variety as far as your handle scales go, and then also you can get your flavor of blade too, because you can get this style, you can get a Tanto version, and I believe there's 2 or 3 other versions too. And like I said before, you know, this happens to be the one with thumb studs, but you can also get it with the opening hole as well. So as far as variety goes, they do have one that fits what you like. You just have to look around for it. So anyways, just kind of wanted to show this off and chat a little bit about it. It is a great knife. If that is something that you're interested in, I definitely think it is definitely something to check out. And it is extremely smooth operator. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll do my best to answer any questions that I have, that you have, not I have. All right, Fort Worth Glock Guy, out.